You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Why would you ever be on the train moving away from Yankee Stadium? If you were coming to Yankee Stadium, you never know what could happen. You could actually run into the center field of the team. Curtis Granderson glad handing people outside the Yankee Museum as they get ready for tonight's ball game. Kia Motors presents the Wednesday game of the week. Tonight, the New York Yankees against the Chicago White Sox in the third of four from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Al Leiter. I'm Michael Kay. Two tough losses for the Yankees to start the series. They lose 2-0 in the first game on Monday. Yesterday, they lose 3-2, but what a valiant effort they made in the bottom of the ninth inning to try to win that game.
What a finish, Michael. There's no question about it. One out in the ninth inning, and what the defense for the Chicago White Sox. Brent Lillibridge robbing Alex Rodriguez. They're most definitely scoring Derek Jeter. And then here with 2 outs, a line smash down the line. And again, Brent Lillibridge, an outstretched reach. Great catch. What an amazing end to it, unfortunately, for the Yankees in the loss.
Now, obviously, the last 2 games, the Yankee offense has not been clicking. Check it out over the previous 2. They scored 21 runs. They hit 296 the last 2. They scored 2 runs with a 123 batting average. Their on-base percentage was higher. The last 2, the White Sox pitchers have shut them down, which is unfortunate because if you take a look at their starters, boy, they've given the Yankees length. Against the Orioles, Sabathia went 8 innings. Garcia went 6, probably could have gone another. Burnett against the White Sox went 8, and last night Nova, for the first time in his career, pitched into the 7th and got an out. 6 1/3, 5 hits and 1 run, and was eligible for the win until the bullpen let it get away. So will Bartolo Colon follow in those footsteps? Will he be able to give them a great outing? We'll check it out, and what he's done so far, that's coming up next on segment 2. Moments away from the Yankees against the White Sox. Game 3 of the 4-game set. Starter for the Yankees is Bartolo Colon. It'll be his second start as a Yankee. And I'll tell you what, when you put Colon on, it smells good. When you put him into the rotation, it smelled good so far.
And how about it, really? What a surprise for the Yankees. And I think this has been a great pickup. There's no question about it. He had 3 relief appearances. This was his first start as a New York Yankee. What a start it was. Got into the 7th inning. I love that pitch right there. A comeback fastball. He's shown some 94-mile-an-hour velocity. That little two-seamer, along with a changeup, great combination, and he still has the power breaking ball. Awfully tough to hit again. Certainly the first win that he had, the 7 strikeouts. Very impressive, Bartolo Colon.
It's his first start since with the White Sox, July 24th of 2009. 6 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, just 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He threw 89 pitches against the Blue Jays. A good job by him. Well, the first 2 games of this series, really nail-biters. A lot of drama, a lot of emotion, big-time endings. When we come back, lineups, first pitch in baseball, coming up next on Yes. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by T-Mobile, America's largest 4G network, by the men's store at Lord & Taylor, and by Acura. Acura Advance. Nice night for baseball. Just chilling out, glove on the base, and we're ready to roll, although Bartolo Colon has not made it out to the mound yet. Crowd still filing into Yankee Stadium. Yankees trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. So Bartolo Colon does make his way out to the pitcher's mound. Let's take a look at the White Sox starting lineup that he's going to face. It's presented by Bank of America. White Sox coming at 10-14. They'll lead off their left fielder Juan Pierre. Alexi Ramirez, the shortstop, bats second. Batting third and playing right field, Carlos Quinton. Paul Konerko had the big home run yesterday in the 8th inning. He'll play first base and clean up. Batting fifth and DHing, Adam Dunn. Alex Rios in center field will bat sixth. The number 7 hitter, the catcher, A.J. Przinsky. Gordon Beckham, the second baseman, bats eighth. Batting ninth, the ageless wonder, 44-year-old third baseman, Omar Vizquel.
And on the mound for the Yankees, 37-year-old Bartolo Colon. And what a sign it was. It was a minor league contract that Brian Cashman gave to Colon. He had to come in and earn a spot, and has he done that? Nice start up in Toronto, his first win as a Yankee. There you see very respectable numbers after a few appearances, 3 in the bullpen. Let's take a look at the pitcher scout report. Pleasant surprise, you betcha. Anytime you get a veteran player that has so far performed the way he's done, very, very nice job. Shedding his socks. How about this? Twice he was a member of the White Sox in 03 and 09, combined to make 49 starts. He led major leagues in 2003 while with the White Sox with complete games, 9. And Dominican Dandy, how about this? Third lifetime in wins from the Dominican Republic. Number 1, Juan Marichal. Number 2, Pedro Martinez. And that man right there, number 3.
Let's take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. These are the guys behind Bartolo Colon. Andrew Jones at left today, Curtis Granderson in center, Nick Swisher over and right. In the infield, it's the same. A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. That's third to first. And Russell Martin is behind the plate. Some ominous clouds overhead.
Don't
see
say
rain
that.
in the forecast, but doesn't look great right now. And let's do it here in the Bronx. The first pitch from Colon is a strike. So we're underway. Pierre, 2 hits in his last 34 at-bats. And he fouls that one back. Most of the White Sox have been slumping, and they didn't score a lot of runs in the first 2 games. They scored 2, and they scored 3, which happened to be enough to beat the Yankees on 2 days when the Yankees didn't score that much. And the 0-2. Swing and miss. So Pierre down on 3 pitches. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow Tea. Look at those clouds. 66 degrees, 80% humidity, 16 miles per hour is the wind. There, do you want to say it out? Because you don't want me to say it. Possible.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the flags as you're saying it, Michael. It is blowing out to left field. That's where we see the clouds. Let's hope it just stays away.
Al's the glass half full guy in the booth. Here's Alexi Ramirez. Pitch is outside, 1-0. 94 miles an hour. Al, isn't it amazing this guy didn't pitch last year?
Well, it is, but here's a guy a few years ago, 05 with the Angels, ended up being a Cy Young Award winner. And I do think that. And I think there's a point. You know, he's had some arm issue the last few years. You get a little older. Kind of reinvent yourself. I'd be curious early in the game here, Michael. That little two-seamer that's on the outside part of the plate that comes back has been effective for him.
Bunted, and bunted over the screen behind the plate. Tonight's closed captioning brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
I mean, we saw with Freddie Garcia, another nice pickup by the Yankees. With different style pitcher, a lot more off speed, very frustrates hitters. Colon's showing more than enough stuff, velocity-wise.
I think the question that you have is, can he give it to you for 30 starts? But the Yankees will take it as long as he has it. The 1-2.
That's the pitch right there, Michael. And he was always four-seam, hard, carry through the zone. Watch this ball come back from Russell Martin. Home plate umpire Todd Titchener calling that outside. Good call.
The 2-2. Al, we see that ball come back, and the guy that really made it famous was Greg Maddux. Is that just natural movement on your fastball, or is there a different way to hold the ball?
No, it's a two-seam sinking or running inside the right-hander. And what Maddux did, he started throwing inside on the lefty. It's a little different. It's called glove side sinker, or a ball that'll end up coming back over the plate. Normally, you'd throw that pitch on the inside and try to get a jam shot.
Right there, a slow roller up the third baseline. Martin with a nice play. Martin's done everything you could ask of him defensively. Not an easy play. Ball kept rolling away from him, and Ramirez has good speed.
Well, a little swing and bunt, and you said it. Here he's coming out bouncing. Ramirez, nice speed. Pick it up, good strong throw. Teixeira scooping it out a little bit. Had plenty of vision there. Nice little alleyway for Teixeira to see the ball coming there. Nice play.
Here's Carlos Quentin. Quentin actually started the rally against Rafael Soriano in the 8th inning. He was hit by a breaking ball, and that started the whole dramatic ending as well. He gets hit by a breaking ball, so he's the tying run on base. They send in the pinch run of Brent Lillibridge. Lillibridge was not put in for defense. He was put in the pinch run. Then Konerko hits the home run. Lillibridge is out in right field, and we all know that story. He made great catches on A-Rod and Cano to end the game. That one is lined to left field, backing up Andrew Jones, and he can't make the play. Hops up against the wall, and Carlos Quentin's in there with a double.
Hot smash. Carlos Quentin, one of the few hitters on this White Sox team that has been hitting well since the beginning of the season. Andrew Jones, not the same speed that he once had, patrolling the center field many years with the Braves. He's got a lefty-righty tandem, Joe Girardi does, with Brett Gardner being out tonight. Tough play.
Carlos Quentin with his 19th extra base hit. That leads the American League in front of Alex Gordon and Howard Kendrick. Swing and a miss.
Such a good hitter, Paul Konerko. Ends up getting a 1-1 fastball off of Soriano last night, hitting the big home run. As good a fastball hitter as there is in the major leagues right here. He's a good quality hitter. Will hit the ball at any fields as it's thrown. But not too many fastballs you can get by Paul Konerko.
The 0-1. It's high. The 1-1. 1-2. Hey, let's check out the Delta League leaders, and these are the RBI leaders. And Konerko is behind Adrian Beltre. Beltre leads with 20, then Konerko.
Yeah, Jeff Francoeur.
How about that?
Huh.
Kansas City Royals playing good baseball. Francoeur contributing, and Alex Rodriguez with 17. Two others that obviously aren't Yankees, and we didn't want to waste the ink. They also have 17. I wonder if that's ink. Probably not. Here's the 1-2. 96 miles an hour.
Oh, this was off the plate. Home plate umpire got that right. You see 3 or 4 inches. This is a pitch that he's starting to throw more, and that ball will come back a little bit. It's a lock-up pitch, exactly what he did. Hard to pull the trigger on a 96 mile an hour fastball.
The 2-2. Strike 3. Konerko down looking. Painted the inside corner with a 92 mile an hour fastball. No runs a hit. No errors and 1 left. 2 strikeouts for Cologne. The Yankees coming to bat. bounding out of the dugout and has been in Todd Tichenor's face. I mean, really barking at him. And now finally Tichenor walks away. And Guillen obviously arguing that called third strike on Konerko and got tossed because he is really barking and using every word he could possibly use to the home plate umpire. So Guillen, with 2 straight wins, gets himself tossed out here in the first inning. He was hot. Let's take another look at that pitch, Al. Does he have a legitimate beef here?
Well, you know, when it was away, we'll get a good shot right here. You see Russell Martin setting up inside. Could have been a little low. I think it's a good pitch. Well, this would be a good shot right here. Yeah, maybe a bit low.
But borderline that you go nuts over. It wasn't like an obviously bad call.
No. I think what Ozzy's most upset, you allow your coach and manager to bark a little bit. He didn't come out. We didn't know what he actually said until after the fact. We realized he got thrown out of the game. Tucked the ears in. Your guys on the bench.
Here's the captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, leading off. Well, that is Ozzy's first ejection this year and the 26th in his career. We just gained another viewer on Yes.
He's definitely colorful, like Ozzy.
Ozzy, how you doing? Come on up to the booth. View's great up here. Love to have you company.
I don't think he's in yet, Mark. He's still hot.
Count 3-0 on Jeter from Mark Burley. So he walks him on 4 pitches. Let's take a look at the entire Yankee lineup, which is presented by Lexus. You just saw Derek Jeter lead off, batting second. Nick Swisher. Mark Teixeira, the first baseman, will hit third. Alex Rodriguez at third base is going to clean up. The little blue dot's not following me. Robinson Cano at second base will bat fifth. There it is. Andrew Jones at left field bat sixth. I'm going to let him catch up. All right, they're up to Andrew. Andrew there. Jorge Posada, the DH. Russell Martin will catch, and Curtis Granderson in center field will bat ninth. Now here's Nick Swisher. Nick, a completely different hitter this year from the right side. 11 for 21 from the right side, and the pitch is low, 1-0. So 5 straight pitches out of the zone by Mark Burley.
For a guy who throws a lot of strikes in his career.
Nick 0 for his last 15 overall. Yesterday he looked lost batting left-handed. He was late on the fastball and he was well ahead on the breaking stuff. There's the difference between left-handed and right-handed. Jeter dives back.
Great pickoff move. Burley, 79 career pickoffs. It's as good as anybody in the game. The history of the game as far as pickoffs.
Look at the history of Nick Swisher against Burley. 10 for 22. Foul back.
Well, it's all added up this year against left-handed pitchers. Nick Swisher's done well. Career against Burley. This could be a good night for Nick. And it's got to play on his mind. I'm listening to what he's saying about, can't worry about the home runs. It's early in the year. If it was July, nobody really say anything. The fact that you have to answer to it, it ends up being an issue.
Now, there were 44 major leaguers last year who hit 25 or more home runs. Only 5 of them have yet to hit a home run. Nick is one of them at 69 at bats. Aaron Hill 62. Carlos Pena 59. Josh Hamilton 39. And Corey Hart 1. So Hamilton and Hart obviously have spent time on the DL. 3-2. Swing and a miss. So Nick down on strikes. Let's check out Burley's stats out.
Mark Burley early on not so good. His last start especially. Gave up 6 runs against the Tigers in the loss. You see the win-loss. The A lot more hits and innings the last few years. He's a much more of a contact pitcher.
Opponent's hitting 295 against him. Here's Mark Teixeira. And there's
Yeah, let's take a look at the pitcher scout report. Works fast, you bet. He doesn't shake the catcher. Throws a lot of strikes. Contact pitcher. Decent fastball. Very good change slider. And you talk about off my mark, New York mark. 1-7 lifetime against the Yanks with an ERA almost 7, 6.6, 6.8. No DL stints in his career, and he's been sitting on 149 wins.
Strike 3. Teixeira down looking. Let's take a look at the White Sox defense, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. In the outfield, it's Pierre Rios and Quinton from left to right. In the infield, Vizquel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko third to first. The veteran Przinsky behind the plate. The veteran Burley is on the mound. Here's A-Rod. His bid to end the game yesterday, foiled by a great play, Brent Lillibridge. And Ozzie Guillen, the White Sox manager, joked, now I have my closer. I found my closer. Lillibridge certainly closed the game.
I think he's got Santos looking pretty good. Little different pitcher tonight. First 2 nights. Umber, no hitter in the 7th. Gavin Floyd looked as good as I've seen him pitch.
Fisted out toward right field. Going to be a tough play, and it's going to dunk in for a base hit. Jeter moves to third. Alex Rodriguez picks up a single. So I hit a bullet last night. It's run down, and that one right in on the thumbs, and he picks it up.
That's baseball. You see a line drive, shot P-Rod out. Here's a jam shot, pulls his hands in. For his sake, he's hoping here to see the Yes-Mo in on the label and just serves it out there perfectly right field.
Well, when runners are in scoring position, teams hitting .444 against Burley. And with runners on base, not even in scoring position, teams hitting .327. Burley has certainly not hit his stride. Here's Cano, his bid to end the game yesterday, also foiled by Lillibridge. Count 1-0. Cano has homered in 3 of his last 4 games here at Yankee Stadium. Had a home run yesterday inside the foul pole into the second deck and right. Look at this play by Lillibridge off the bat of A-Rod. And I think this was the tougher play, Al.
Oh, boy. To end the game, that's a game winner, possibly. But Nunez at first, not possibly. He's going on the play. What a way to end the game.
And he's an infielder by trade. That one is drilled to right field. Does it have the height? Yes, see ya! 3-run home run by Robinson Cano. Yankees up 3-0.
What a beautiful swing last night. He had a cutter hit on the hands, hits a home run. Able to keep this ball fair is really a beautiful aspect of his swing. Pulling his hands in, driving straight through. This is a rocket line drive that just wasn't high enough to get out. And how quickly he's locked in, as good as anybody in the game. 6 home runs, 18 RBIs now.
Andrew Jones rockets one to the left side of the infield. A base hit for Jones. So Cano picking up where he left off last year, MVP candidate. It's amazing when other players talk about how perfect Cano's swing is. Forget about the general public, but guys that are in the game admire Cano's swing. Here's Posada, really struggling. 3 hits in his last 29 at-bats. So a walk to Jeter. Swisher and Teixeira struck out. A-Rod with a bloop single right. And then Cano with a blistering line drive into the lower deck and right. 3-run home run. Posada with a ground ball to third. Vizquel across the diamond. And that will do it. But the Yankees get 3 runs on 3 hits. But the big blow, that one off the bat of Cano. His 6th home run of the year. And a 3-0 Yankee lead. The White Sox, then the Blue Jays come to town Friday night, Saturday at 4:05, and then Sunday at 1:05. All those games on Yes. Then the Yankees hit the road. 4 games in Detroit, 3 night games, and then 1:05 start on Thursday, and then 3 games in Texas. So a 7-game road trip for the Yankees. 3-0. Cologne has a lead, and here's Adam Dunn. There's a strike.
Big sign for the White Sox. Lefty-righty tandem with Konerko.
Ground ball and through the shift. Past Teixeira and past Cano, both of them diving. So Dunn leads off with a single.
It had to be threaded here. You see where Derek Jeter is played on the right side of second base. Look how far out Cano couldn't get to it. Perfectly placed. Teixeira is as good as anybody in the game. First base. But thread the needle, and he needed it. Been struggling 150.
Now this is one more indication that we live in a different world, as Alex Rios digs in. So Ozzie Guillen was thrown out between the top of the first and the top of the or the bottom of the first inning, and he got to the dugout. Then he got to the clubhouse, and he tweeted. And right after the ejection, he tweeted, "This one is going to cost me a lot of money. This is pathetic." Then after the first inning, Ozzie tweeted, "Today, a tough guy show up at Yankee Stadium." I don't know what that second one means.
Tough guy.
The ump?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's got a legitimate gripe. You allow your managers to bark a little bit.
I would like Ozzie to tweet right now, "I'm listening to Michael and Al," so I know that he's listening to this.
Of course he is.
Well, Ozzie, tweet that. Get interactive with us. There's a strike. Rios 2 hits in his last 28 at bats. Foul back. The count 3-2.
Yeah, look at this White Sox team, and I know they were struggling coming in. They got the 2 wins so far during the series. I think similar to what went on with the Red Sox early in the year, them losing all the games and then coming back. This is a good ball club. A good starting rotation. They'll figure out the bullpen. You have some veteran hitters in this lineup you can hit.
Just missed outside. So a single by Dunn and a walk to Rios. And the White Sox have runners on first and second and nobody out. IOTV offers incredible HD picture and sound. Get the best in HD free. IOTV is the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. That brings up A.J. Przinsky.
Przinsky, little history here, more than a little. 6 for 33, 182 batting average.
Count 1-0.
Ground ball pitch, sinker down. As a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed batter, down and away. Usually a pitcher, you see a lefty roll over.
Grounded up the middle and not grabbed there by Cano. He knocked it down. If he grabs it, it's probably a double play. Instead, it's an infield single, and the White Sox have the bases loaded.
Well, I think it was hit a little bit harder than it sounded. Sounded like Przinsky may have even broken the bat. On the Yesmo, you see just Robinson Cano getting the tip of the glove on it, keeping the ball in the infield, saving a run there, even with the slow speed of Dunn. He got the ground ball. That's what you're trying to do as a pitcher. Just a little too far to Robinson's right.
Here's Gordon Beckham. Beckham 3 hits in his last 36 at bats. Dunn's at third. Rios at second and Przinsky at first. Yankees have a 3-0 lead on Cano's 3-run home run. But Colon in a bases loaded, nobody out jam. 95-mile-an-hour fastball strike. Another 95, but just off the plate. The count 1-1.
Well, early on, Colon has shown that he could dial up the velocity. We've seen a 96. He's turning his 2-seam over, trying to sink it. Lower 90s, 92, 93. This is an infield pop-up or ground ball you want.
The 1-1. There's a strike, and the count 1-2.
Tough pitch. It's a give-up pitch. What's so effective about a running away, sinking fastball away from the right-hander. Watch, it looks like it's about a foot outside. That ball runs back.
One-two. Strike 3. Right down the middle. Beckham down looking. Big out for Colon and the Yanks.
Such a good pitch. It's the same pitch. He's able to get this. Look at the amount of movement. That ball, obviously the angle from center field, little off center from second base. That's moving easily 6, 7, 8 inches.
Averages 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. And that's the highest percentage in the American League with a minimum of 15 innings pitched. Here's 44-year-old Omar Vizquel in his 23rd season in the bigs. Lofted to shallow left. Andrew Jones will make the catch. Adam Dunn's not going anywhere as the throw is cut off by A-Rod. So Colon's 1 out away from working out of the jam.
Vizquel, career-wise, 471 against Colon. Gets a first pitch high fastball. Is the wrong runner at third base and not far enough for the third base coach Jeff Cox to have Adam Dunn go. Good move.
Here's Juan Pierre. He struck out in the first inning on 3 pitches. Bases remain loaded now with 2 outs. Yankees are in at the corners. Pierre always a threat to bunt. And there's a strike. VO1. 1-1. And the pitch. High fly ball, center field. Granderson is right there. Great job by Colon. Bases loaded, nobody out, and he does not allow a run to score, and the White Sox leave 3. They're down by 3. Which of the White Sox plays impressed you the most? You can text us at 58772, and of course, standard text messaging rates apply. Was it Burley's flip on opening day in 2010? Lillibridge's 2 catches last night? Or Dwayne Wise's catch which saved Burley's perfect game? As great as those plays were last night, every minute was riding on the Wise play.
Oh my God,
that
they're
was
all
amazing.
great ones. How about Burley?
That was some play. 3-0 Yankees lead the White Sox. Now, we talked about this the other day, and we know a lot of kids watch the Yankee games, varying ages, and they're just getting into baseball, and they're going to have their disappointments and things like that. But Mark Burley is a perfect example of why you don't give up, even if people give up on you. Mark Burley was cut from his high school team as a freshman and as a sophomore. And here he is, a veteran big league pitcher who's pitched a perfect game. So just because somebody says you're not good enough, don't give up, but that's what you want to do. High drive, right field and deep. Quinton back on the track. He'll make the play for the first out. Now, of those voted plays, or the plays that you could vote on, here's Burley's flip play.
Watch Konerko, too. Oh, man. Barehanded through the legs. That was opening day, too, wasn't it?
Yep. That was some play.
Oh.
Here's Granderson. And a strike.
Well, I'm glad you said that about Burley. He's been a nice big league career. Throwing a perfect game. A no-hitter. Multiple. No-hitter, perfect game. He was 38th round out of St. Charles, Missouri, 1998. And he was a little guy. I mean, still a little guy, but grew a lot even after he was drafted and signed. Can't measure heart.
High drive, right center field. Going back Quinton, he's on the track in front of the scoreboard, makes the play for the second out. Now, we showed you the first play, and here's the Dwayne Wise play that saved a perfect game.
Yeah, I'm with you. The last out of a perfect game. Oh, in July 2009 against Tampa Bay. Oh, it wasn't last out. It was the ninth inning.
It was the second out.
Yeah, that's right.
Pitch to Jeter inside. Swing and a miss.
Jeter patient, got 4 pitches, walked to lead off the game. Scored the first run on the 3-run homer for Cano. 371 lifetime against Burley. Talking about the combination of Phil Umber, Gavin Floyd, better fastballs, big curveball. Burley's more of a sinker changeup. That's his best combination with a slider.
Ground ball, a base hit for Derek Jeter. Hit number 2,948 for Jeter. 52 to go to 3,000.
He's staying on that ball, pitch away, 3-1 fastball. Done it so often in his career. Staying on this pitch. This is a running fastball, 2-seamer, sinker, just stays with it. Instead of pulling off it, fired it in that 3-4 hole between the second baseman, first baseman.
Swisher takes a pitch outside. Off speed, and the count 1-1. They have really kept Nick off balance because he's so anxious right now. So when you're changing speeds, that fouls him up, and then if you have a fastball with a little hair on it, he's too late on it. He's had success against Burley, 10 for 22, but he struck out in the first inning. There's a good pitch on the inside corner, and the count now 1-2. Nick doesn't like that call.
Well, especially after 2 changeups away, Michael, and you're describing it nicely. You know, you get a guy that's struggling. As a pitcher, you feed off of that aggressiveness. Early in the count, he sees a couple changeups. Now it's a perfectly painted fastball on the inside corner. He can go either way. Back with that little changeup, stand him up inside. Looks like he's going away. Good, pick off.
What would you go with here?
I'd feed off of his aggressiveness. I'd throw that little changeup. There's a reason why he started him off speed. He is definitely behind in the sense of in between the velocity of a fastball and staying back on the breaking ball. What happens is a hitter will be conscious of stay back, and then they get beat on 87 mile an hour fastball.
Do an off-speed pitch.
And there's no doubt about it. You go into the game, I know I did it, and certainly any big league pitcher will look at who's hot, who's not, who are your aggressive hitters, who are guys that are going to wait you out, who are good 2-strike hitters. I mean, that's part of it. And you catch teams, you know, if you have 2 or 3 guys in the lineup that are struggling, you go after it. And more times than not, it's not by accident. It's not a coincidence. The guys that are struggling, they look up, it's an 0-2-1-2 count. Good pitchers, Burley's certainly one of them. You attack the zone on the guys that haven't been hitting.
The 2-2 popped up. Foul territory. Vizquel will make the play, and that will do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 2 here at the stadium. It's 3-0 Yanks. scoreboard. Yankees lead 3-0 on the strength of a 3-run home run by Robinson Cano. And the first pitch from Colon to Ramirez is outside. And in the top of the third, we are joined by our good friend Kim Jones, who is located in the Yankee press box right behind the home plate area. We'll check in with Kim in a moment. Kim, scream as loud as you can and see if you annoy all the writers.
That would definitely do it.
Hit the guy to your left.
All right, so
wait a minute, I was kidding.
What's the latest on Phil Hughes, Kim?
Well, 10 hours in a hospital over the past 2 days and lots of tests. Phil Hughes is at least finished with that part of this process, Michael. He underwent a contrast dye MRI on his shoulder today. That follows the MRI he had yesterday. The dye MRI is more conclusive. Phil also told me he underwent more blood work today. And he did all of this under the direction of Dr. Christopher Ahmad, the Yankees team physician. And Phil said that at the beginning of this process yesterday, Dr. Ahmad told him, I'm not going to come to any conclusions until I have everything I need. As Phil told me, he now has everything he needs, and I'm ready for some conclusions. Phil's been very patient, but he is anxious to hear what's going on.
Is he at all nervous, Kim?
You know, I think he's said that he's concerned. He's been worried to some extent. I don't know. I couldn't blame him. He's a 24-year-old pitcher who doesn't know what's wrong with his arm, Michael. So I would suspect he's a little bit nervous. But Joe Girardi said today, hey, how patient this kid has been through this process. And like I said, perhaps soon we will know some results from Dr. Ahmad.
All right, let's talk about nervousness for Rafael Soriano. Is he concerned with the way he's pitched?
Well, Michael, yesterday he chalked up to one bad pitch, and he's chalked his Yankees career so far up to one bad month. And Joe Girardi agreed with that assessment today. Joe noting that Soriano gave up 12 runs all last year as a Tampa Bay Ray. He's already given up 9 as a Yankee. In Joe's optimistic view, that means these next 5 months he'll be lights out. Joe said he is too talented to continue at this pace, and he does believe, quote, in his heart, unquote, that Soriano will be a valuable member of this bullpen.
You know what? I can't help but believe Joe, because when you watched him yesterday, Kim and Al, you could talk about this as well. If a guy's going to throw 97 and has filthy stuff, sooner or later it's going to happen. This guy has a track record, Al. I don't believe he's going to struggle the whole year.
Led the American League in saves, absolutely. Hey, you know what? I'm curious, Kim. You're around the clubhouse often. You obviously, we don't know him that well. You've seen him since spring training, middle of February. When he says it's a bad month, there's certain answers that you look in the guy's eyes and say, okay, I get it, I believe it. Is it something that here's a veteran guy that's comfortable with the fact that, hey, I haven't done the job yet, but I'm moving forward?
Well, he did say he's more moving forward. So on Al, on that part, you got it word for word. But he did say that this transition to the 8th inning has not been easy for him. Those are the words Soriano used last night. And Joe responded to that today and said, well, our job is to keep pitching him till he gets comfortable. He said, what are we going to do if he's not comfortable? It's not like we're going to sit him and have him not pitch. Joe said, our job is to keep throwing him out there and making him comfortable.
Yankees are comfortable with that 6-6-3 double play. Kim will talk to you in the postgame.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Yankees lead the White Sox 3-0 right here on Yes. ways to save money and conserve energy in your home. That's right, you can save up to $700 on your energy bills and make your home safer and cooler this summer. To learn more, go to getenergysmart.org. Mark Teixeira fouls it back. So in that inning, Quinton got hit again on the Lincoln scoreboard, 3-0 Yankees. 7th time he's been hit this year. That leads the major leagues. That one is looped to right field. Beckham is there, and he'll make the play to retire Teixeira. Here's Alex Rodriguez.
It's the type of pitcher, and Mark Burley, the Yankee hitters, certainly not comfortable with the 3-run homer from Cano. You let a guy like Burley just kind of figure out what's working, what's not. He's a guy that has to have the moxie because his velocity isn't plus fastball into the mid-90s. He will use all of his pitches. Keep banging away at him, make him work. He doesn't shake. He'll pretty much throw whatever the catcher calls.
Pretty high ERA against the Yankees. Only Derek Lowe has a higher one. Bartolo Colon's not getting any higher. He'll stay there at 6.12. And we told you about Burley in the perfect game that Dwayne Wise saved. Well, that was the 18th, at that point, the 18th perfect game in Major League history. According to BaseballReference.com, there's one perfect game pitched for every 43,284 games played in history. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. So Alex Rodriguez is down on strikes.
Well, multiple no-hitters, one being perfect game and no-hitter. Foot down. That's a curveball. Could not hold up as far as first base umpire Jerry Davis was concerned. Well, other than Nolan Ryan with his 7 multiple no-hitters, Sandy Koufax 4. You know, you think of guys like Nolan, Sandy, plus great stuff. Cy Young's in there with 3, Bob Feller 3, Mark Burley.
There was a strike to Cano. Cano with a 3-run home run in the first inning. A bullet into the seats in right. High pop-up, right side. Konerko and Beckham. Beckham calls him off. Beckham makes the play. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Burley. We played 3 here at the stadium. It's 3-0 Yanks. 3-0 Yankees. We'll find out the question. Right now, at age 44, Omar Vizquel became the 4th oldest non-pitcher in the last 75 years to play against the Yankees. Who are the 3 oldest? There's a strike to Adam Dunn. Such a quick bottom of the 3rd inning. Yep. I wanted to get your take on this, Al. You pitched in relief at the end of your career with the Yankees. But do you think it's that big a deal pitching the 8th inning and pitching the 9th inning? And do you think that that's what Rafael Soriano is dealing with right now?
Could be. I would say that it all depends on how you can really put it in the little box, Michael, as to this is my inning. This is my I'm closing out the 8th. I'm not going to get the save. I'll get a hold. And it could be affecting his mind. Look at that 1, 2, 3 right there. That's that comeback, beautiful 2-seam fastball. Looks like it's going to be right at the left-handed hitter. Watch here, Dunn giving up on this pitch at his hip. Comes back.
Wow.
That was middle of the plate. It could be, Mike. But look, Rafael Soriano, he knew what he was getting into. He signed a nice contract. It's coming over the Yanks. You have the great Mariano Rivera as the closer. That's clear cut.
Rios, fly ball, right field, long run for Swisher for the 2nd out. Now, I want to get this in before the end of the inning. You've always told me, though, that a pitcher's job is to execute each pitch.
Quality pitch.
Quality pitch each time.
Consecutively.
So why do you care where you are in the game? Don't you have to execute a quality pitch consecutively?
You know, I think there's probably a pride thing. Obviously, I have no idea as to whether that's playing on his mind. I think
he
right
said
now,
yesterday it was. He's still getting used to it.
Okay, all right. Well, then you have to eliminate it. This is it, right here. These are the pitches you're going to throw. This is the moment. You know the batter. You know the strength and weakness. You have a scatter report, and you execute the plan.
Pitch to Przinsky is low.
And maybe will. Maybe it was, hey, I'll go to the New York Yankees, have a chance to win a world championship. I know Mariano is the closer. Sounds like a great idea. Now you're doing it. And, there's probably that, hey, wait a minute. I led the American League in saves last year. Okay, I'm the 8th inning guy. I gotta get into that mindset.
Ground ball to first. Teixeira is there, and both pitchers start to mow him down. A 1-2-3 inning by Bartolo Colon against the White Sox. We go to the bottom of the 4th. He did it in 6 pitches. '44, Omar Vizquel became the 4th oldest non-pitcher in the last 75 years to play against the Yankees. Who are the 3 oldest? And the answer is Julio Franco at 48, Carlton Fisk at 45, and Yastrzemski also played at 44. Andrew Jones swings and misses. Now you're 45 out. Could you still play?
Yes.
And you're not playing why?
Sit next to you.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot hitter scouting report on Andrew.
Home run, RBI production. This guy's made a career of it. Certainly very productive in his everyday days as a center fielder patrolling with Atlanta. First ball, fastball hitter. He's been notorious first ball, fastball hitter. And the golden 10. He was the benchmark, folks. I know this is a hitter scouting report for center fielders to be compared to. 10 golden gloves as a center fielder. A little older now. He's platoon. Last few years, he had some knee trouble issue. He left the Atlanta Braves, went to the Dodgers, spent some time with this Chicago White Sox team.
That should not have been in there.
Yeah.
It's a hitter scatter.
But you know what?
No,
I think of Andrew Jones as that's a little stretch of the rule there.
And right there, Todd Tichenor stretched the strike zone a little bit. This has to go. It's not because of this. It's the hitter's scattering.
Yeah. How about player? What should think of the player?
Player report. So after struggling in the first inning, Burley has really settled down. And he will face Jorge Posada. Jorge grounded softly to third in the first inning. Pitch is high. Yankees want to get Posada straightened out. An important part of this offense. He has 9 hits and 6 of them are home runs. But he's hitting just 143. And he has 3 hits in his last 30 at bats.
Well, like many of the hitters on both sides here, those who have struggled, they get out of their swing, get out of their zone. Not a comfortable rhythmic approach. And the whole idea of a pitcher is to offset the balance of a hitter.
You know, we talk about mental adjustments. We talked about Soriano adjusting to the 8th inning. Posada still adjusting to being a DH. So intimately involved in every pitch of the game as a catcher. Now he hits and then he sits down. And now he's going to sit down carrying a strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning for Burley, and Jorge did not like that call.
A hanging, floating changeup. Todd Tichenor. From that point, well, you got Brzezinski pulling in a little bit on the corner, very close. Looked like it was off the plate by an inch. Brzezinski pulling the glove back on the corner.
Here's Russell Martin. All the hitters cutting and slashing up there. They know that both pitchers are around the strike zone, so they're not taking too many pitches.
And because of that, you have an unpredictable pitcher out here. First pitch changeup. Yes, he works fast. He throws strikes. He's been showing that. As well as Cologne.
Strike on the inside corner.
Slider, fastball, changeup, fastball, slider in that sequence. So 3 different movement and velocities are different. And he's throwing strikes.
And the 1-2. Now the count is full.
See how much movement on that pitch there. That was a fastball. It looked like more of a cut fastball that Burley's throwing.
High fly ball, right center. And the catch is made by the right fielder Quinton as Rios kind of avoided any kind of collision. He got out of there in a hurry. Yankees go down in a hurry, 1-2-3. It's her 9th birthday. Happy birthday, little girl. The Kia scoreboard shows that she has something to smile about. She's a Yankee fan. The Yankees are leading 3-0 in the top of the 5th. She got some chocolate ice cream stains on the bill of the cap. That's never good.
Especially if it's a brand new hat.
Oh, it's awful. It's an outrage. The 0-1. This is how the accident happened. Oh, right into the ice cream. It's unfortunate. Ground ball is short. Jeter gets a nice hop. One away.
Settling down, Bartolo Colon after that 2nd inning. Bases loaded, got out of the jam, striking out Beckham. Vizquel, little fly out, Pierre. Since then, very economical.
Pitch to Vizquel is low. Vizquel's one of 4 players, Al, in Major League history to record a stolen base in 4 different decades. The other 3, Ted Williams, Tim Raines, and Ricky Henderson. Ted Williams kind of stands out there. Not exactly a stolen base threat. There's a resume on Omar. 23rd big league season. 5 teams. 3-time All-Star. 11 Gold Gloves.
You know, what do you think of Omar Vizquel as a player, if you were to scout?
Great defensive
player. Right. Over 2,800 hits.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. 11 Gold Gloves.
And he wants to play a couple more years. He's 44. He said, I feel great. My body's in good shape, and I want to play. 11 Gold Gloves at shortstop. Ozzie Smith with 13. But Omar now just a bench player. He fills in at short at 3rd. Two. Grounded to short. 2 away.
Vizquel,
7 in a row for Colon.
Vizquel, I hate to mention, but it goes back to a moment where I had a game where he led off a World Series game, and it was profound because I ended up throwing a first pitch curveball to him, which helped out the game. But I think about that moment, and there's certain guys that just tie into your career, and certainly Vizquel's one of them because of that. But when I saw that 2,800 hits, fantastic career. It's kind of cool too. He's wearing Luis Aparicio's number that was retired.
Got permission from Aparicio to do it. Strike.
Such a good pitch. Colon is throwing more and more of that pitch coming back. 2-seam, running fastball. Excellent ratio, 38 strikes, 22 balls. We have a 2-to-1 ratio, balls to strikes. You're going to be heading a lot of counts. You're going to be able to expand as a pitcher. Hitters are going to be in defensive mode. That's the recipe.
The 1-2. Grounded to second. Cano. And another 1-2-3 inning for Bartolo Colon as he retires. The White Sox in order. We're halfway through at the stadium. 3-0 Bombers. 3-0 Yankees over the Sox as Curtis Granderson leads off, and a breaking ball strike by Burley. It's all about fathers and sons at the game, for fathers and daughters.
And hats.
It's about hats? I didn't realize that.
Well, the bottom one, the pink one, fell in the ice cream.
Now, do you enjoy taking your kids to the game?
Are you kidding?
I'm asking
you. What a thrill. It's so much fun.
Ground ball, softly to second. One away.
Yeah, all the years of sitting in a dugout and them watching, and then now you finally get a chance to sit in the stands and be with them. Oh.
Now your oldest daughter remembers you pitching.
Yes.
But your younger kids have no idea what you do for a living. They think you're a broadcaster.
I have to pull out a DVD once in a while, or some kind of classic
or a VHS tape.
That's right. Oh, I still have them. Oh, look at that. Really. It doesn't get any better.
Here's Derek Jeter. Alexi Ramirez gets a nice room service hug. 2 away.
Well, after the big 3-run homer in the first, Burley is absolutely settled down. He's been making it look easy. And he's one of those pitchers. You see a veteran guy that has the arsenal of good stuff, not great, and I say that totally out of respect to the fact that he doesn't have that plus fastball anymore, but can hit corners, and it becomes very unpredictable. You have hitters that are caught in between. They'll look fastball, am I looking in, looking away? He's got all the 4 corners. He's established inside, outside, up and down in 4 different speeds. That's about his best fastball there, 86.
Count 1-1. Now here's a guy who really needs a hit just to free his mind up. Today he kind of shaved his head into a full mohawk, trying to change his luck just a little bit.
Mohawk will do it. Watch this.
Really?
Yeah. That's usually the recipe. And a 2-1 count.
If he hits a home run here, would you get your hair in a mohawk for tomorrow's broadcast?
No. I'll tell you what, I would if you would.
No, my head is ugly enough with hair on it. He's halfway there. Pitch outside.
But there, right there, 2-1 count. He's sitting fastball. Nice changeup. This is good pitching here. Donnie Cooper, the pitching coach with the White Sox, as good as anybody in the big leagues as far as pitching coaching, exploiting weaknesses, going over scout reports. And I think what Donnie Cooper does also well is he knows each of his pitchers, and unique to their delivery, their mindset. He's been there a long time. Does a real nice job. This isn't by coincidence. Phil Umber pitched a game of his life, first came in. Gavin Floyd, very good. Now here today, other than the 3-run homer, Mark Burley, a quality big league pitcher that has an absolute idea what he's doing.
Well, the walk by Swisher ends 9 in a row retired by Burley, and so there's a runner on first with 2 outs for Mark Teixeira. Teixeira struck out looking and popped to second. Count 1-0.
I mean, that's the grind of a big league season, and baseball seasons involved with hundreds of bats, and it's the mental game as to how you stay into it.
Line drive, a base hit to left field. Swisher on second. He's going to third. Pierre will flip the ball into second. The Yankees are set up first and third for Alex Rodriguez.
Nice hitting there from Taxu, who also needed it. Down there on fastball, down in the zone. You have 2 outs. Swisher's going, running on Juan Pierre's arm, testing him. Pierre thrown into second base. Keep it to Share at first.
So here is A-Rod. He's 1 for 2 today. Bloop single, and he scored, and then he struck out. Pitch inside, 1-0. 3-0 Yankees, looking to build on that. Bartolo Colon has been great through 5. And the only mistake that Burley really made was a pitch that Cano hit for a 3-run home run in the first inning, and that's held up so far. Trying to stay inside on A-Rod and the count 2-0.
Now, what Burley has done so far to these Yankee hitters is now shown in fastball count. A couple little fastball cutters inside. He's shown that he's not afraid to throw something off speed.
High fly ball, left field. Juan Pierre is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. No runs ahead, no errors, and 2 men left. Burley works out of trouble. It's time for Colon to retake the mound. Visit Kia.com. Stadium looks great here on a Wednesday night. Yankees lead 3-0. And Bartolo Colon coasting along as he will face the number 2 hitter in the White Sox lineup, Alexi Ramirez. 1-0. There's so much money spent on scouting. You try to unearth anybody that could help your team. And then you see a story like Bartolo Colon where anybody could have signed him. And it was Tony Pena managing in the winter leagues who had Bartolo Colon there and realized, you know what, this guy looks pretty good. Recommended him to Brian Cashman. And Cashman signed him to a make good contract. You got to come to spring training and make the team to make your money. And it's not a big contract at all. Again, all 30 teams had an opportunity at this guy. And here he is dealing for the Yankees. And the way he's not getting people out by accident. He's throwing the ball very, very hard. And that one is lofted to left field. Andrew Jones puts it away for the first out.
Well, there's only one team that has Tony Pena who knew Bartolo the best in the Dominican Winter League. And he, along with the evaluation of seeing what he was able to do down there, certainly the recommendation to Brian Cashman and the coaching staff and scouting, and the risk was what? A minor league contract. The trust and faith that Bartolo has, along with Tony Pena and the Bartolo Colon, in the opportunity, brought him in. And he's deserved it.
Now, the best part of the story is Bartolo had to talk his way onto the team that Tony was managing. And Tony said, okay, I'll put you in the bullpen. And Bartolo said, okay, but please, let me just start one game and then make your decision. Don't just put me in the bullpen. Let me start one game. So Pena, out of respect to the resume of Colon, said, okay, you could start the one game. And he pitched great, and he stayed in the rotation, and here he is starting for the Yankees. Count 1-1 on Quinton. He doubled to left in the first inning, and then was hit by a pitch in the third. The 1-1. 1-2.
And I think the point, you know, you making, and that's a great story. Tony Pena and the opportunity that he gave Bartolo Colon. But this is not a guy that's just tricking, you know, just getting by with smoke and mirrors. He legitimately has good stuff.
You know, the smoke and mirrors thing, and sometimes you can have a great year on smoke and mirrors. You look at Freddie Garcia, and you're watching him throw zeros on the board, and you go, how's he doing this? I mean, he's throwing 84, 85 mile an hour fastball. There's no secret here. Colon, he's throwing 94, 95, and no one thought he could. He didn't pitch last year in the big leagues. He's had shoulder problems. That one is chopped up the middle and through for a base hit. Second hit for Quinton.
And he had 8 straight. Retired 11 of 12. The only one was the Quinton hit by pitch.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Here's Konerko. That one is looped into right field. Coming on, Swisher will have the plate on a hop. I think that ball might have hit Quinton. It got past Jeter, but backing up was Colon.
Well, Quinton has to hold up here to a little dying, little low liner. And then Swisher thought he had a shot there, which he did not. Pulling the ball a little bit right side of where Derek Jeter was standing.
Here's Adam Dunn, dangerous. He's 1 for 2. He can hit a ball out.
Well, he struck him out in the previous at bat by coming inside. A little different here through a ball game. You mentioned, Michael, this guy can hit out of any park. So if he stays away or decides to come inside.
Hot shot up the middle and through for a base hit. Quinton will score. Stopping at second is Konerko. Adam Dunn with an RBI single, so the White Sox are on the board, and the Yankee lead is now 3-1.
Well, Adam Dunn just perfectly placed. This is a fastball away. Stays on it, hits it hard enough past Colon. You see where Robinson Cano is playing way pulled. It wasn't hit real hard, but in the right place. RBI single from Adam Dunn.
Let's take a look at the IOTV HD Super Shot. He goes a long way to get that out right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, it's a big man with big barrel bat, 35-inch bat, stays on it.
Here's Alex Rios. Pitch outside. You can see that Joe Girardi has already gained a great deal of faith in Colon. There's nobody up in the Yankee bullpen. He's only at 76 pitches, and he trusts that he will get out of this. Foul strike.
And also, you look at what's happened. You know, he's not getting blasted here. 3 singles in a row. Stuff is still good.
High fly ball right field. Drifting back is Swisher. He'll make the play. Runners retreat. 2 outs. Here's A.J. Przinsky. Infield single up the middle. Stopped by Cano. He could make a throw, and then he grounded to first. So he's 1 for 2. Strike, 93 miles an hour.
Again, staying away. You got ducks on the pond, and you miss in with a scenario like this. It can mean the difference between being up or down in the score. As he did with Dunn, he stayed away.
The 0-1. Dials it up to 95 in the count 1-1. Very economical. The third and the fourth, he threw a total of 15 pitches. He's about to throw his 19th here in the sixth, which would be the highest count for any inning so far. Fouled it back in the count 1-2. Since the second inning, Bartolo has not had a 3-ball count. Efficiently, economically, that's how he's dealing right now. Crowd here at the stadium looking for a strikeout. The old Ron Guidry rhythmic clapping started across the street, and a game that the Yankees were playing the then California Angels, and Guidry was on the mound. Struck out 18 Angels that day. One-two. 96 miles an hour. Just missed.
Wow. Certainly off the play right there, but still very good stuff. Reminiscent of several years ago with the Indians and the Expos, Angels.
The 2-2. Strike three, inside corner. Big time pitching by Bartolo Colon as Przinsky down looking. But the White Sox get a run on 3 hits. No errors and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-1 Yankees. Between these two teams, 2-0 on Monday, 3-2 yesterday. Yankees lead 3-1 today, and here's the reason why. Robinson Cano his 3-run home run in the first inning, and that one's fouled right back here. Colon has scattered 6 hits, gotten big outs when he needed. Burley, 5 hits, but he gave up that 3-run home run to Cano, and that's the difference right now.
All 3 of these games, just a pitcher's duel. Both pitchers on each respective teams have done a nice job. Comes down to that, mistakes.
Count 2-1. The 2-1. Count 3-1. Popped up. Krasinski makes a difficult play for the first out of the 6. Time for another look at tonight's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question, which of these White Sox plays impressed you the most? You've been texting us at 58772. Here are the choices you had. Wise's catch won by a lot, and we both agree. That, I mean, just the nature of the catch, what was at stake. Burley's flip, and then Lillibridge's catches. I don't know. Lillibridge's catches might have been bigger than Burley's flip.
I don't know. Come on.
Burley's flip came in the first game of the season. And
it is 1%.
You know what? There have been elections that have been won on 1%. Ground ball up the middle?
Or not.
Jones picks up a single.
Well, both those catches from Lillibridge saved the game. Certainly Cano's, that's a double rattling in the right field corner. Andrew Jones had a little fun with his old teammate Mark Burley. 2 for 3.
Did you not like pitching to former teammates?
I didn't.
Because they knew you better?
They have an advantage. They have no idea if you were a guy that came in often as to whether you were doing it on purpose or not. Especially catchers. Todd Pratt used to wear me out.
Well, that would mean that when you were actually not starting, the 4 days you weren't starting, you weren't paying attention to how that guy on your team was hitting.
No, conversely, here he is.
That one's driven deep to left center. It's in the ballpark, though. Rios is there. He'll make the play. Andrew Jones tags. He just draws the throw.
He caught all the pitches, so he knew the release point. He's seen them all. Hundreds and hundreds of pitches.
But how about just position player teammates? Did you not like pitching to them?
I remember facing, for some reason, Jay Buhner, because I came up through the Yankee minor leagues with Jay, and I remember every time I faced him, eventually I was with Toronto, and he'd be in Seattle, and I felt like he was too comfortable, and I liked him too much to knock him back off the plate. He used to wear me out.
Pitched to Russell Martin's a strike.
No, I paid attention to the hitters. You have to see what they're swinging at, what they can hit, what they can't.
My guess is you sat there on games you weren't pitching, you just talked. That's my guess. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah, but you can look, watch while you're talking, can you?
Count 1-1. Who's the favorite person to talk to on the bench? The one who really listened to you?
I used to sit with all the other starters that weren't starting and just engage them, talking about your pitcher out there. What would you do? Stay into the game that way?
Pitch is high.
You know, it's funny. Early in my career, guys are quick to, run up in the clubhouse and get a drink and watch a couple innings up there. But as I got older, I really enjoyed sitting in the dugout, watching the game, watching every aspect of it.
I've heard from players that when they see a guy who starts and when it's not his day to pitch and he's not on the bench, that tells them something about him.
A starting pitcher or a starter?
A starting pitcher. They don't like it. They like that CC is sitting there watching the game because it shows that he's part of the team. They like Freddie Garcia there. And there have been pitchers before that they're nowhere to be seen if they're not pitching that day.
I absolutely despise the fact that there were guys that would go up and sit for 5, 6, 7 years. Maybe not despise, but that was part of their routine. Yeah, you know what? Nothing worse than your players that look in the dugout and see nobody sitting there other than the coaches.
2-2. Count 3-2. So Burley closing in on 100 pitches. 2 away as Granderson is on deck. Runner on first, 2 outs. Yankees holding on to a 3-1 lead. No one up in the Yankee bullpen. 3-2. Line drive to left field. Juan Pierre is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Let's take this baby to the 7th. It's 3-1 Yanks. Tomorrow's starting pitchers brought to you by Verizon Fios. Get the ultimate in entertainment on the Ultimate Network. Fios, a network ahead. Edwin Jackson will be going for the White Sox, 2-2, 4.88. And CC Sabathia for the Yankees, 1-1, 2.73. And our coverage on Yes will begin at 6 with the BP show, 6:30 with the pregame show, and right around 7:08 with the first pitch. Gordon Beckham, right off the fist, pops it up. Alex Rodriguez, 1 pitch, 1 out. Follow the New York Yankees with the MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Yankees.com for details.
That is awesome.
Cadillac scoreboard, 3-1 Yankees. What? That pitch? Or
well, that too. A little jam shot. You had Bat 11?
Yeah, you get little messages about what's going on in games. Because you don't receive enough messages on your phone. Popped up. Russell Martin. 2 outs. And we should put in perspective what the Yankees starting pitching has been of late. Starting on Saturday in Baltimore, and I mentioned this yesterday, coming into that game, the Yankee starters had pitched the fewest innings of any team in baseball. Not good. You wear out your bullpen that way. But since then, something clicked in. 8 innings by CC Sabathia. 6 innings by Freddie Garcia. Probably could have gone another inning. 6 shutout innings, by the way. Then on Monday, 8 innings for A.J. Burnett. 3 hits and a run, hard luck loser. And then Ivan Nova, for the first time in his career, got an out in the 7th inning, 6 1/3, 5 hits and 1 run. A great stretch of starts by the Yankee rotation.
It's contagious, Michael. Yeah, and you want to climb aboard. You see your fellow starter. He said, okay, what's he doing? You got a chance. A couple righties there watching another right-hander, whether they have the same stuff or not. Looking over the hitters, scout report, you talk. I always felt that way. You're around other great starters. You can pick their mind. Hey, what were you thinking on that? Hey, that pitch looked good. Or guys interacting in different ways to just give you an idea. Maybe it'll get you an out or two.
Strike to Juan Pierre, who's 0 for 3 tonight. And it started with Sabathia's 8 innings in Baltimore. Yankees won that game 15-3. The 2-1. Fouled away. He is ready. Left-handed bat. You always make big money in the game. And he's timing the pitch, too. He knows exactly when Cologne's going. How great is that? Yeah. How locked in is he?
Let's see this timing.
Swing and a miss. That'll be better than Juan Pierre's as he goes down on strikes. And Bartolo Colon is clapping for himself. And why not? An 8-pitch inning. And also he swung and missed. At the end of 6.5, Yankees lead 3-1. But we're going to stay right here for the 7th inning stretch and also to honor America in the Bronx.
A moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now join in Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean
First is a MasterCard homestand. Get great savings off the advanced game price on select seats when you purchase Yankees tickets with your MasterCard. There will also be exclusive deals throughout the stadium when you use your MasterCard. This MasterCard ticket special is for a limited time only, and tickets are subject to availability. Log on to Yankees.com/MetroCard for MasterCard ticket specials today. First pitch to Granderson is out of the zone, 1-0. Cadillac scoreboard 3-1 Yankees. Granderson grounds one to first. Konerko will step on the bag for the first out.
Well, just hit the 100 pitch count mark. Jesse Craig warming up. See if there's any kind of mix and matching. Now Joey Cora. Ozzie Diaz has been thrown out of the game, making calls.
He's not that far, though.
Did he tweet you?
No, I mean, not that far if he wants to get his message to the dugout. Derek Jeter wraps one to third. Vizquel, those smooth hands for the second out. Al, there's nobody up in the Yankee bullpen again, and really, you can't blame Joe Girardi. Why would you even think about taking out Colon the way he's pitching?
Well, 91 pitches, and it really has been easy. Like, he had to bear down in the second inning, but since then, it's been smooth. A couple hits batsman during that period of time, limiting his pitches within the at-bat. I agree.
Here's Nick Swisher. He walked his last time up, and there's a strike from Burley. And Burley's been no slouch tonight either. Just a 3-run home run to Cano, and he's held the Yankees down. Grounded foul.
Yeah, really fun to watch for a guy like Mark Burley's nice big league career, still trying to get his 150th career win. Just a true pitcher, understanding location, changing speeds. 79-mile-an-hour changeup.
Third active pitcher to have 10 or more wins in seasons in at least 10 consecutive years. Sabathia and Vasquez, the other two. That one is looped into left field, coming off Pierre in a 1-2-3 inning for Mark Burley. Both pitchers working it, mowing down their respective lineups. He did it in 6 pitches. We go to the 8th. In Computer World and by Toyota. the official hybrid of the New York Yankees. Bartolo Colon comes out for his 8th inning of work. He will face 2, 3, and 4 in the White Sox order. And the first pitch is a strike to Alexi Ramirez. Each team with 6 hits. The Yankees 3 runs and the White Sox 1. Lefty and a righty warming for the Yankees, Boone Logan and Jabba Chamberlain. There's a ground ball to second. Cano will get Ramirez 1 away. Colon really got into 2 legitimate jams in the 2nd inning. He had the bases loaded and nobody out. And he struck out Beckham looking, got Vizquel on a shallow fly to left, and then struck out Juan Pierre. In the 6th inning with 1 out, 3 straight singles. Quinton, Konerko, and Dunn scored the only run. Then with runners on 1st and 2nd and 1 out, he got Alex Rios on a fly ball to right, and then struck out A.J. Przinsky looking. And the pitch to Quinton, 96 miles an hour. And Mark Burley has done his part, but he's been bettered at this point by Bartolo Colon. Ground ball up the middle. Jeter fires to first, and it pulls Teixeira off the bag. A base hit for Quinton. That's his 3rd hit against Colon.
3 for 3, also hit by pitch in his 2nd at bat. Derek going a long way. That little spin pirouette move, pulling the Teixeira off the bag. Looked like it was off the end of the bat. Quinton, enough velocity on it to get it up the middle. See Derek pulling that ball. Tough play.
Here's a dangerous Paul Konerko. Yesterday, his 2-run home run put the White Sox up 3-2, and that was the margin of victory. Pitch is low. And this was against Rafael Soriano.
They got a 1-1 fastball and right down the middle. After 2 heaters, putting the White Sox ahead.
The 1-0. 1-1.
Good fastball hitter, Paul Konerko.
Logan obviously getting ready for Dunn, who's on deck. And the count 2-1.
For Colon, a ground ball pitch. He's staying fastball the whole time. See if he throws a breaking ball here.
Grounded to 3rd. Let's see if they can turn 2. There's 1. On to 1st. It's a double play. An 8-pitch inning for Bartolo Colon. An 8-inning masterpiece by the Yankees veteran right-hander. And A-Rod started the around-the-horn, inning-ending double play. partnerships are built on trust. At GE Capital, we prove that every day.
Well, beautiful for pitcher's sake of 5 met. And you look at it, Alex making sure that he has it, knows the strength of the arm of Robinson Cano, getting Konerko easily in the 5-4-3 double play.
So Mark Burley turns it over to Jesse Crane as, let's say, Joey Cora makes the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T. So Crane will come on, and the Yankees are going to send up, and you'll see Crane's numbers in 8 games. He's pitched well. They're going to send up Eric Chavez to pinch hit for Mark Teixeira, which would lead you to believe that something is bothering Teixeira. Crane deals, and there's a strike. Little odd. Teixeira caught the ball on the 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Pitch outside. Obviously, Chavez will take over at first, and Mariano Rivera will take over on the mound.
Hopefully nothing too serious with Tex.
Mark Teixeira is not the type of guy that's going to come out of a game to be pinch hit for, unless there's something up. And again, we don't want to guess here, and you have to tune to the postgame. We'll find out what the deal is. The 2-1. High pop-up. Beckham out. Called off by Quentin. And there's one away. Crowd of 40,586 here at the stadium as Alex Rodriguez digs in. Alex, a bloop single right. He scored in the first, struck out in the third, and flied out to left in the fifth. Hard strike.
Jesse Crane, longtime staple in the Minnesota Twins bullpen, signed as a free agent this offseason.
There's a strike.
Let's go.
Here, Alex. Come on, Todd. Thinking that ball was inside.
Todd being the home plate umpire, Todd Titchener. The 0-2. Breaking ball is away. 1-2. High fly ball, center field. Rios. 2 outs. Well, tonight throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're asking you to vote on with us for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772 or vote online at yesnetwork.com. Tonight's candidates are number 1, Bartolo Colon. We can stop there. Number 2, Robinson Cano. Number 3, Adam Dunn. Number 4, Andrew Jones. Vote now. Make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates certainly apply.
Cano's mom might be watching. Put in a vote.
You know what? Cano is always a home run hitter. This is a great performance by Colon. And here is Cano. Ground ball to first. 1-2-3 inning for Jesse Crane. 9th inning coming up. Can the White Sox rally against Mariano Rivera? An analysis from this game and the latest from around the rest of the league. Plus, you can hear Joe Girardi's press conference and the team's reaction from the clubhouse. Join Bob, Jack, and Kim for the WB Mason postgame later on Yes. Well, that tells you all you need to know. It's Mariano Rivera. The Yankees have had 8 home wins this year, and Rivera has either saved or won every single one of those games. He's coming off blowing 2 straight save opportunities. So let's see if he can nail this one down and save it for Cologne. Eric Chavez, who pinch hit for Teixeira, takes over at first. And Brett Gardner takes over in left field for Andrew Jones. First 9 games, 8 1/3 innings, no runs, 7 for 7 in save opportunities. And the last 2 games, 2 1/3, 3 runs, 2 blown saves. He's going to face Adam Dunn, Alex Rios, and A.J. Przinsky here in the 9th. 3-1 Yankees lead. Cutter strike. And the 0-1. Another cutter. Checks the swing. Did he go? Yes, he does. Said third base umpire Greg Gibson.
Wow. Let's see here. Good inside shot. Adam Dunn only 3 at bats. The only one that matters, Greg Gibson.
And the 0-2. Foul ball. This is how Mariano comes in on the hands as we look at it. The Coors Light freeze cam. Freeze it. If he hits it, probably going to break the bat. He didn't that time, just fouled it off. Tries outside and misses. The 1-2. 2-2. White Sox only run came in the 6th, and it was driven in by Adam Dunn. Single. The 2-2. Strike 3, outside corner, Dunn. Down looking.
Well, after coming in, this cutter on the outside corner looked like it was an inch or 2 off the plate. Let's see what Russell Martin does. That's a corner shot, very close, 2 strikes. Todd Tishner bringing Dunn up.
Here's Alex Rios. And a strike. Yankees trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. The Yankees last night became the first team, or the final team in the major leagues to lose 2 games in a row. Fouled away. Every other team had already lost consecutive games. So quickly, Mo is ahead of the count, 0-2. The pitch. Still 0-2. Rios has been at the plate against Rivera 13 times in his life, and he has not picked up a hit.
And finds himself quickly 0-2. Doesn't that happen often? Outfielder shallow because of Mo. Gets a lot of jam shots off the end of the bat with that cutter.
The 0-2. They are really shallow for a guy that has home run power.
Been showing more of that this year. Overall, the outfielders. Protecting against a little jam shot.
The 0-2. Inside. All the outfielders worked with Rob Thompson and member of the front office Lee Mazzilli in spring training. Play in, play in. If the ball's hit over your head, that's the pitcher's ball. Don't let it dunk in front of you. And Granderson really worked with them a lot on that.
Yeah, I like it. It's not necessarily fault, and I know what you're saying, Mike. It's about a mistake. A mistake thrown at the major league level, middle of the plate, out over for a good hitter to get the barrel on. Yeah, if it's hit over your head, it's a bad hit.
Popped up. Got him played beautifully. Comes in a couple of steps, does Gardner. And the White Sox are down to their final out. So Mariano's trying to save it for Bartolo Colon, who pitched 8 brilliant innings against his former teammates. And here's A.J. Przinsky, who is 1 for 12 lifetime against Rivera. Przinsky, an infield single, a ground ball to first, and then a strikeout looking against Colon. White Sox send Mark Tien into the on-deck circle. He will pinch hit for Gordon Beckham. So the count 2-0 on Przinsky. Yankees lead 3-1. Top of the 9th inning at the stadium. And the pitch. Pours it in there for a strike.
The Mariano's got the big cutter. It'll vary in movement. And he also 2-0 fastball. Even though it always has a little cut to it. That's Mariano's natural release. He's got one that's a little straighter. That one on the outside corner.
And another strike. So Chicago down to its final strike. The crowd of 40,000 plus. Standing. And Przinsky steps out to pull the plug a bit. And now we'll build up again. The 2-2. Fouled away. So Przinsky stays alive. The 2-2 pitch. Count is full at 3-2. Przinsky gets on. That would bring up the tying run. Mark Tien.
2-run lead. You make him earn it. Somewhere on the outside part of the plate. You can put it in play.
The payoff. Spoils that one. Yankees scored 3 runs in the first inning on Cano's home run, and it's held up so far. The 3-2. It'll be a 9-pitch at bat. 8 so far.
Przinsky tough, coming in 1 for 12.
The 3-2.
Swung at ball 4. Tough to lay off. Mariano's cutter with all the late movement. Wants this ball that's on the inside part of the plate. Przinsky commits. That's all you can do with that pitch. Smother it.
3-2 again. This should do it. Ground ball to Chavez. He's going to take it himself. Ball game. Put it on the left side as the Yankees win this one 3-1. 8 spectacular innings for Bartolo Colon, and then Mariano Rivera comes in and closes it out, and the Yankees snap their mini 2-game losing streak. Stick around for the postgame show to find out who's tonight's Chevy player of the game. Al, look at the reaction here of Krasinski. He knew that he lost the battle and that the White Sox had lost the game as Chavez beat him to first, but this one's all about Colon.
What a great start, and I agree with you, Michael. As good as the 3-run homer, certainly from Cano. You have Colon talking about, hey, what can he do? Is it something that's going to be a spark for this rotation? The rotation has been nearly stellar, certainly in the last little flip of go around the last 4 or 5 starts. And impressed with his stuff, too, Michael. This is not a guy that is out tricking people.
No, that was domination. That was not fooling people, changing speeds. I mean, obviously changed speeds a bit and hit spots, but he threw electrifying fastballs and was dominant. Now let's see what Kim Jones has to live for. I think she's with Robinson Cano.
I am indeed, Michael. I am with the man, Andrew Jones, compared the swing to Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth. Robbie, how did you keep that ball fair in the first inning?
Well, I know I was looking for a pitch that I can drive at least, score 1 run, and good thing I ended up hitting a home run.
You and I talked about it earlier today, but what goes through your mind when I tell you that Andrew Jones compared you to Aaron and Ruth with a bat?
Well, good things going through my mind, and those are the kind of things that make me work even harder. Compared to those guys, it's got to be you got a special swing.
It must have also made you feel good to watch Bartolo Colon work tonight. What do you think when you watch him from your perch at second base?
Well, he's been pitching great the whole year. I mean, he's a guy to throw out a strike, and then when you throw out a strike, you're going to see good results. And
how much do defenders appreciate the fact that he works very quickly?
Yeah, that was quickly today. And that's what I say. He threw out a strike, and then also barely, after that inning, he was really good, too.
It was indeed. Robbie, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Everyone appreciates when it's quick, Michael.
Absolutely. Thanks, Kim, and thank you to Robinson. A 3-run home run in the first inning, and it holds up for the Yankees, and I guess it's something to jump up and celebrate. We got so much more. We'll break it down. Colon, Rivera, awards. Stay right here.